Welcome back to Unapologetic Exotical Content, where the beauty is God-given, the truth is rawer than uncooked steak, and lace fronts file for early retirement before the first delusion even clocks in. Now let's really peel this lace back, shall we? What we're witnessing isn't beauty enhancement. It's a full-blown FEMA operation for collapsing self-esteem. These women don't leave the house. They evacuate their natural state under 30 pounds of Mac and Maybelline like they're bracing for a Category 10 confidence collapse. That ain't a face beat, baby. That's facial gentrification, bulldozing every natural feature to put up a strip mall of rented femininity before the sun even hits the blinds. And don't let them sprinkle glitter over the lie and call it self-care. Sweetheart, that's self-witness protection. They're dodging their own reflection like it's an unpaid student loan. This ain't femininity. It's a Broadway production titled Ankles Ashy, confidence patchy starring delusion, denial, and desperation tap dancing for male validation. And the wigs for growth? Girl, if that's how hair grows, somebody pass me a fitted cap and a Miracle Grow subscription. Are the bundles now photosynthesizing? Chlorophyll curls? Is that what we're doing in 2025? Cue the National Geographic intro. Here we observe the endangered natural hairline in its unnatural habitat, a silk-pressed jungle, barely surviving. And yes, white women get surgery. But let's clear this up real quick. They ain't scheduling BBLs to look like somebody's struggling auntie with a mean side eye and a bonnet collection. Ain't nobody bronzing up to be espresso with a 4C puff and a nose wide enough to audition for Dyson. They're tanning for that golden hour glow, not to clock in for a shift at Cover the Struggle and Go. They're pumping their lips for that exotical pout, trying to look like me, baby, not you. Let's be honest, nobody's standing in line asking for the bitter and built like a linebacker starter kit. This is straight up appearance management under identity threat. Translation? When your natural reflection feels like a 1-star Yelp review you can't delete, you build an avatar to keep the public from canceling you. And the bigger the insecurity, the longer the lash, the louder the acrylics, and the heavier the wig. Because nothing whispers emotional instability like lashes long enough to audition for the backward-walking giraffe's role on the Discovery Channel. And don't worry, they'll still pop up on TikTok preaching self-love from behind a ring light, 6 filters deep, and a camera angle set to please don't zoom in. Let's take it to the psychological altar. This is peak cognitive dissonance, screaming, I love my natural self, while hiding that self like it owes you money. Being barefaced ain't just a struggle, it's a near Mayday, pass out, call an ambulance situation. You'd think a natural hair sighting was a Bigfoot encounter the way they scatter. And why? Because deep down, they know the lace front persona is the only version society might tolerate on a good day. So they swipe their way into oblivion. More wigs, fresher installs, and enough Sephora points to buy a share in the company. And the plot twist? They're running a masterclass in training their own men to chase the real version of what they're faking. You dress up as an exotical all day, and then clutch your pearls when your man skips the demo version and goes for the full package. Sis, you didn't just fumble the bag, you delivered it to the competition with a handwritten note that says, enjoy. And if you have to host a 5-hour TED Talk titled, Why I'm the Blueprint, spoiler alert, you're not the blueprint, you're the before photo in somebody else's glow-up story. Now about that Eve Jean argument. Girl, don't embarrass yourself. That just means you had first dibs at this whole humanity thing and still got left on red by evolution. You had the planet to yourself and still fumbled the universal beauty standard bag. That's not a flex, that's historical fumbling. Like Tyler said, see me now and I'm what you prefer. So go ahead, stay hidden behind those disguise kits, sis, because honestly my corneas appreciate the break from the Category 5 facial disaster you keep marketing as self-love. And like that classic line says, if you haven't been chosen by now, you will never ever ever be chosen. That's on Keep Your Bonnet by the Door and your delusions on life support. You have survived yet another unapologetic exotical sermon, where the standards stay sky high, the cheekbones stay touching heaven, and the disguises stay slipping like clearance lace fronts in a rainstorm. Follow for more, because this truth, baby, It's fresher than your man's new preferences and shinier than that wig tag you forgot to tuck in.